Welcome to episode 35 of the Slab podcast. It has been a while, everybody. Thanks for coming and sticking with us. How you doing, Professor Oak?
Hello, how are you? I feel like it has been a while. It's been a bit of time there. I've had some sickness, some craziness going on with hurricanes and illnesses and things at the Oaks household. So thank you for your patience with me there, Josh.
Oh yeah, man.
Also, huge thank you to Pikachu. You are a diamond. Thank you for covering for me through that crazy situation there. Eternally grateful. You crushed it. Loved watching that episode. It was very odd watching the podcast
Right.
with you guys in it, but I loved it for all good reasons. Like, I absolutely loved it. Wouldn't have changed a thing about it. So thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for you too, Josh, for being patient with me there and getting through these last couple of weeks. So I'm excited to be back and rolling with you.
Yeah.
How are you doing? How's it been for you?
It's been pretty good. I enjoyed the last week. That was technically the first week we didn't post the podcast. It was kind of nice. Nice little, maybe we'll do that like one break a year, 1 week off a year.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think it was our
So
first break since Christmas, right?
yeah, Christmas we didn't even have the first official episode was in January. So so it's been keeping on, but that was nice. It was kind of just a nice little refresher, get back into it. But again, shout out Pikachu, you're a legend. Really short notice getting in there and getting it done, and you did a great job. So definitely would have you back on if myself or Oak are probably ever out of commission again. Could happen. We're both busy guys, and
Yep.
families are growing.
I do have a
Maybe
little
not
thank
growing.
you. I have a thank you from Josh and I on the way to you as well. I don't know if it's technically on the way yet, but we do have one in process. So thank you.
Cheers to that. Yeah. So I think we should jump into the spicy topic from 2 weeks ago. Basically, when Pikachu was with me, we did the standard poll, and the winner was Pikachu, of course.
Love it.
You get some benefit being the host of the show. I'm just gonna I'm gonna say just because it was the first time host on the show, that's the only reason I freaking lost. Anyways, Pikachu had said people care way too much about what other people think. I'm gonna let you take it away, man.
Oof, yeah. So
I want to say
all right.
it was like 22 likes. Like it was like a record. So shout out to all you legends out there for dropping the upvotes on everything. It was really cool to see. It was very popular.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think it probably was. I think you're right. I think it is our biggest ever success in there. So yeah, kudos to you there, Drew. Sorry, I'm gonna have to keep muting and coughing. I haven't quite kicked the cough yet, but so you have to bear with me on that. I apologize. Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of people that care way too much. I think on the flip side, there's some people that don't seem to give a hoot at all about what people think or say. I think the good part is 99% are a mixture somewhere in there, and in the right moment, that people do care or don't care. I think what can be tricky is a lot of people nowadays want to feel, I guess you want to feel like accepted, right? You want to feel like you're part of something and people like you, and much less carefree, I think, socially, just because the social aspect of life is just so in your face all day, every day. All you have to do is pick up your phone. It's right
Yeah.
there. In terms of the hobby, I want to try and circle it to the hobby specifically. I think a lot of people really care about what other people think of them in terms of maybe what they're like buying or selling or talking about or collect, those kind of things. I think people worry about grades a lot. I feel like that is a very hot topic that I hear a lot of, people worried about getting a lower grade, not getting the grade they want, or whatever, regardless of what the reason they graded it for, whether it's to make money or collect or, give away, whatever. There seems to be like almost a bit of pressure there. I feel like some people have I know I felt it myself on some of the stuff, and I think that's a little bit of why on a lot of videos we see people celebrating their successes and their things, their activities, what they're doing, and not many failures. Not many not much like moaning or this isn't what I like or this didn't go well. There isn't a whole lot of that. Like some people worried that you don't want to hear that. So that's kind of like my perception of it. I think. Where's your mind go with that one? Like, what draws to your mind?
So real quick, so you agreed with him, basically?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, it's I do agree, and it depends on the person, obviously. So me, in social media is toxic as f, and is not great.
Yeah.
It is great in a lot of senses, but it's not great. It's like a lot of people are caring about what they're putting out there into social media. They're almost a lot of flex culture stuff in the hobbies.
Yep.
I don't want to post this picture of a PSA 7 Ditto because it's not a 10. I only want to post 10s. I don't want to post this Yu-Gi-Oh card, or I don't want to post this video game or this comic book because it's only worth $25. It's like who gives an F? It's kind of my opinion. But also at the same time, like back when I started YouTube almost 3 years ago, like you do feel the sense you need to keep one upping it. Like you look at Mr. Beast as an example. That dude has gone from $5,000 a video to millions of dollars a video, and he will never go down again. Like he's constantly one upping. He's to the point now where people can't afford to pay his ad revenue because of how much money he's putting into these videos. Like he hit a ceiling pretty much. He can't keep going. He can't, like I feel like it'd be more impressive if he could rack up those views with a $50,000 budget instead of the multi-million. And like I feel like he cares too much about what the people think, and a lot of people can feel that way. It could lead to addiction and different stuff like that, and it's not great. So a lot of people do care way too much. You gotta. It's tough. It's all mental. You got to do you. That's as long as you're happy. Keep on keeping on. Really.
I would have loved to hear Drew talk about that too.
Yeah. So let us know down below, Drew. I want to see your answer.
Yeah, I would. I really would.
Episode.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like maybe a small one, maybe in the Discord or something. I don't know. Like give us a little bit of a peek into what you were probing out there. I'm very intrigued on that one. It's a good one. I think a lot of people were too. Like you say, there was a lot of upvotes on that one, a lot of thumbs up. So
yeah, yep, exactly.
What you got for a spicy topic next week?
Me, so kind of spicy. Shout out to Professor Oak's Discord, by the way. But 95% of time spent on Discord is a waste of time.
Oh, I'm changing mine.
Uh-oh.
I would say 96% of time that isn't spent on Discord is a waste of time.
We're not functioning unless we're in the Discord.
My Discord is fantastic. When you're not at work, that's all you should be doing.
Oh God.
That is it. I'll leave it
Link
at that.
down below in the description. Yeah, so if you want to go spend that 5%, get in the Professor Oak Discord.
So you want to do a slang term?
Yeah, definitely. What was the
From
last
the
one?
British
Was that the fish? Was that the fish pie one? Or
Stargazy pie? Yeah, I think we did food, and I think I gave you a slang.
Yeah, just give me a slang something.
Okay, if I asked you
Not
for
food.
if I asked you for a Rosie Lee, what would that be?
You're asking me, is not a food?
No.
Or is it food? Okay. Not a food. So the last one was about the kettle, getting tea. Go get tea out of the kettle. Rosie Lee. Rosie O'Donnell. But that has nothing. She's not from that area.
I never heard of it till I came here.
It's for the better. Damn. Man. I have, if I just, it sounds like a drink. It sounds like something you go up to the bar. Yeah, I'll take the Rosie Lee. So I'm thinking you're gonna get me a red wine from the cupboard.
You got so warm then, and then straight to ice. Let's think deeper about what you were talking about with a drink. You said a drink. And
Rosie
try and think of
Lee.
like stereotypical British things.
I can't. I don't got a stereotypical bone in my body.
This is painful.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm dusted. What do you got?
Rosie Lee, cup of tea. It's Cockney rhyming slang for a cup of tea. Rosie Lee. I want a cup of Rosie Lee.
You gave me the same effing thing, just in a different word.
Exactly, and you still didn't get it. I was trying to tell you. It's the most stereotypical thing. Literally a cup of tea.
Right. So I'm gonna get one. But I got a sports one for you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get this one either, so don't feel bad.
There's a chance. Are you familiar with a chop block?
Do you say a chap
block
or chop?
Chop
block. Is it hockey?
I'm not going to tell you the sport.
Oh my god! Did I guess hockey right?
I'm not going to tell you the sport.
I feel like you would chop with a hockey stick. I feel like it's someone's trying to shoot, and you would smash your walking stick down and stop the puck going in the goal. Am I close?
Wrong sport. What about in the NFL? It's in the NFL. It's something in the NFL.
NFL's football, right?
Yeah. American football.
Yeah.
Football. Go Lions, everybody. Go Lions. Let's go, boys. Want to know? Slapping them Chiefs up. Sheesh. Chop block. CHOP.
I'm looking at. I got a Bucks sweater. I'm looking at it hanging right now, trying to get me some inspiration. Yeah. Nothing's coming from it. Chop block. Is it when someone knocks someone over as they try to catch the ball from the quarterback?
No, it'd be a tackle, basically. Chop block's illegal. It's an illegal play in football, but usually an offensive player can like dive at or tackle below the thigh or lower of a player that's already engaged with another player, and it basically can hurt them, which is why they don't recommend it, because then it is like a 15-yard penalty. But that's called a chop block. Basically, you're chopping them low, and then they'll tumble or fall because you're hitting them low, and they could get hurt. So that's chop. Usually, it's done in the offensive line. It's not a receiver usually, but it can be done to them. But yeah,
would you get like a disciplinary, a card or a flag or whatever?
Just a 15-yard penalty, which is painful in football. Yep. That's a lot.
Yeah, you don't want too many of those. Okay.
I didn't even think about hockey though. When you said, I'm like, wow, that would be a slash. Like if you come down with a stick, that's a slash. But
we'll do that one next week.
Yeah, we'll do slash next week. Sounds good. This has been the Oak Corner segment. No. But yeah, that was good, man. I definitely like learning new things. And what was that? Rosie? I don't even remember. Rosie.
Rosie Lee.
Use it in a sentence.
Can you get me a cup of Rosie Lee?
Why'd you say it like that?
I don't know. That's how Americans do my accent.
That was your American accent?
No, that was my American doing an English accent. That's what people do. And I'm like, hi, yeah, my name's Adam. And they'll go, oh, yeah, you're from England. And they'll like start doing that weird accent. I'm like, I don't sound anything like that. Why are you doing that to my face? What's going on?
Cheerio, mate. Cheerio.
Looney Tunes. Yeah. So Rosie Lee, how's things been going for you? I feel like I haven't seen you forever. What's new? What's happening? What's going on in life?
Oh man, it got pretty dark. I opened up an entire box of Lorcana with a family. Do not recommend. It was fun, but it's expensive. Those boxes are not cheap already. I think it was my spicy topic a couple weeks ago. I think they're going to be like $700 by the end of this month. Probably won't happen, but it's over $400 already. So that opening one of those was painful. Wow. Taking the rest of them south with me to the Collecticon, so I don't rip the rest of them. Nice. So that'll be good. But yeah, I think
you'll get eyes on them. I think you'll have eyes on them there in person. I think people will be interested.
Yeah, I think that'll sell pretty easily. But yeah, so bought that. I've been buying like raw singles from local game stores still. Like that's some of the funnest thing for me to do. Like go through raw cards and just buy usually at full sticker, because usually I go through them and I pick out only things that are going to get PSA 10s. So it's fun. I thoroughly enjoy looking at raw cards, and yeah, I love it.
It's fun.
But so that's going on. Family's good. Got kindergartner and preschooler in the last 2 weeks. 2-3 weeks they started school. So that's been crazy. Too much going on. Keeping up with all that after school activities. 3-year-olds doing ice skating practice, and the other one's in cheerleading, and it's crazy. It's popping off already. So way too much going on. Work obviously is happening in the automotive industry, with Big 3 possibly shutting down here soon with UAW talks. So gonna see how that goes by the next podcast. I hopefully not laid off, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, besides that, great, man. YouTube. I uploaded extra YouTube video, I think, last week when we had our time off, because I had a little bit extra time. That was nice. Finished up my national vlog. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. It's pretty fun. The wife was in it. Very cool. What about you, man?
She's so awesome. She's so funny. It looked like such a good time. Just in every direction. It looked like a really fun time. Different cards and people, and yeah, it looked like you guys had a blast.
Yeah, I loved it. It was fun. It was cool. It's cool that it was her first convention for cards, and she seemed to have a good time. So the Collecticon trip we're taking this weekend, which we'll talk about a little later, it'll be cool.
Yeah, love it. For me, yeah, we got the baby. She just started daycare. Finally, in the last few weeks, she's been sick pretty much nonstop since starting there. So I'm hoping that clears up soon. She's doing well this week though. She's having a strong week, so I'm excited for that. Yeah, the other one started kindergarten just recently. Like you were saying, with yours, she just started. She's loving that. She's exhausted from not having the naps each day now. Like that seems to be a bit of a struggle on the drive home. Yeah, so that's been interesting, but loving it. Like all good reasons, having a lot of fun, learning a lot. So that's good. Wife's fantastic. Yep, she's a teacher, new school year, so that's awesome. And she actually moved to the school that my daughter's going to now, at the new school. So they're both at a new school together in the same place. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Getting to pop in and see her and stuff. Yeah, in terms of hobby, slowed down a bit the past 2-3 weeks. Honestly, I feel like I haven't really got much done because of just general sickness and everything that's been happening. The house has been a little bit crazy. Haven't had a whole lot of like energy. Like I've really struggled with energy and stuff. So it's been tough. I feel like I haven't even really been present in the Discord. I've just found it hard to get stuck into anything because I've still been pushing myself pretty hard at work. So it's been taking up all of my effort. But other than that, I mean, nothing bad. It's all been good stuff. Just trying to push through. I'm hoping to get some more videos out. Now I'm starting to feel a little bit better.
Nice.
I have a couple of ideas for stuff I think will be fun. I actually have a little bit of a spoiler. I'm planning a game night.
I was about to ask you when we're going to get an old one, because it's something that's kind of gone away. We haven't seen stuff like that in a while inside of the YouTube sphere, and
yeah, I haven't done one for a while. I know there's been a couple. I think DNA might have been the last one that I saw. There's been a couple, but I haven't done one in a while, and I enjoyed it. And I have a group of people that actually aren't in Pokemon that I'm trying to get together for one. And then a few other Pokemon people that I've been talking to for a long time. I need to get back with them and figure that out for some ideas that have been lingering all year. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Maybe do that on a Friday night or something.
oh yeah.
Let's see if we can rope you into it, maybe. But yeah, there's just fun stuff. I got some cases of like some of the Obsidian Flames. I got some 151 on pre-order. I've been buying some sealed stuff. I've been buying a couple of like random things. Bought a couple of like Marvel slabs that I liked.
She-Hulk?
Yep. And then I bought, you remember that the blue Spider-Man comic that I had graded? I had it on the back shelf. It was like his head, blue made.
Yep.
I just won, I think it was last night, the red version of it too. So now I've got the blue and the red to like display next to each other. I thought that looked cool, having them together. They're pretty cheap, honestly. They're not nothing crazy. So that's fun. Like, diving into a couple of little comics and stuff, just fun artworks that you enjoy. I mean, I've spent more on one Pikachu than I have on those two combined before. So like, I don't mind spending a little bit of fun money here and there. It's just like you say, building a collection and doing some of that stuff. I'm looking now. You guys can't see it. I'm not going to show you. It's a mess, but I have so much random crap. I've just got so many different things from like different IPs and sealed and slabs and comics and cards, and it's just all over the place. So that's something now. I'm starting to get my energy back. Sickness is clearing out. Hoping to get a bit tidied, get clean, organized. Start getting things a bit better in order that have been the wayside the past couple of weeks. So that's just some updates from me. Do you want to go over gem rate numbers real quick? We didn't touch August yet. I know it's mid-September, but
yeah, no, I want to hear it for sure. Let's hear it.
Okay, I got them right here. So you're in look. PSA.
Oh yeah.
They did 1.23 million.
Increase, right? I want to say it was just a little over a mil last month.
I mean, we were floating right there, right? It was like 99.9, whatever. Like, and then it was like 1, and yeah, right there. I mean, that is a massive jump in August. I don't know what happened. Maybe interns, football
season.
I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
Do you think it's submissions though, because they were 2-3 months out? So it like, I don't know if it's like they suddenly got more that they could cope with. It felt like they dealt with more that they had in the backlog. So I don't know. There's different things to speculate. I had interns in my department. I was overseeing them. They boosted our numbers and made it look a little bit easier, for some of the rest of my team. I don't know if maybe they did something like that. Maybe there was a few interns in there, but that seems like a big number for that. Like, I don't know if that's the case. It just feels like a really, really big jump. 560,000 of it was TCG and non-sport, which I don't think did increase too much more. So you might be right that there's more
That's about the
sport.
same.
Yeah, I think we were like 530 or something at one point.
544 last month. So we're only talking 16,000 increase on non-sport. So
yeah, so clearly they're knocking something out. The other thing to bear in mind, in which I'm still not sure they've been super clear on an update and like what's really happening, but we also have the other location, right? So
yeah, New Jersey. Yep.
Could be that. Yeah, I just don't know what
Yeah.
they're doing with that because I thought that was TCG. So maybe the California suddenly now got more room or capacity or teams or whatever to grade sports, and then the new people are grading the same amount of TCG. I just don't. I don't know. We could speculate all day, but what do you think on that for the PSA numbers?
That's pretty wild. I wonder if it includes Japan. Japan's grading now, right? I believe on site in Japan.
Yeah, it's
I believe
possible.
it's. I doubt there's like any sport. It's probably primarily everything but sport. But I also, just on a PSA note, I thought it was interesting. I saw some Instagram stories and different things. I've seen a couple of YouTube videos, people mentioning that they're having issues selling PSA cards to card shops over in Japan because the people in Japan had too many issues with fake PSA slabs being in existence, and they said if you crack it out of the slab, I'll buy it from you. But as it sits in the slab, I'm not buying it from you. So I feel like we don't have that problem here in the US, but also card shops don't like buying graded cards because usually people don't want to sell for 65, 70%.
I feel like
So
most people here have had more interaction with PSA slabs to be able to identify a fake too. Like, I
yeah,
wouldn't say I'm a professional. Like, I wouldn't say I'm good at it. But if I got one of my slabs and I put a fake next to it, I like to think I would be able to see some differences.
yeah. I wonder how, like, because I don't know, like, us imposing like the Western culture over there, like, hey, now use PSA. They have their own ARS grading company and
Right.
other different stuff. Like, I feel like that one is not as blackballed as the PSA, but
No.
um,
No.
it'd be interesting to see how it plays out because that could hinder some sales over in Japan, which would be interesting because I feel like a lot of Japanese and Chinese buyers are over there, so it might just be a card shop thing. So, but no, those numbers are nuts. 1.2 million. It's like 20% increase over the month over month. It'll be interesting to see also. Like I feel like the two columns, the 1.2 million and then the 560K. So roughly half, because the 1.2 is all PSA, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's like every
So the
every
560,
category you could say.
half of their business is non-sport, whereas last month it was more than 50% as non-sport, which is
Right.
swinging the other way a little bit, but it is football season, like I said. So no, it's interesting.
Yeah. Uh, there's a lot of like speculation on people that could be a big card too with football, right? Like there might be people submitting them, hoping that this season their cards will go up, so then they'll have the slab ready. You know,
Yep.
if
Yeah, all
like
the
the
quarterback
speculating of it.
rookies, the wide receiver rookies, running back rookies, and I don't know when those sets release. Like I know Madden drops in June or something like that. I don't even remember. Before like a couple, 2-3 months before the season starts. So I want to say they get their first like rookie cards similar like a few months before the season.
Hmm.
Anybody correct me if I'm wrong. I have not bought a sealed wax sports card in a while.
Yeah. Um. Okay. SGC. Sorry. Excuse me. They knocked out 118,000 overall. Only 6,000 of that was TCG non-sport. Clearly, a huge player in the sport. realm there. Like that's fantastic numbers, over 100,000. I know they were in the 90s last time that we talked about it for the month
Yeah.
prior. So again, huge jump of what appears to be sports cards. So I mean, the theme, there seems to be some correlation there with what you're saying. The theme seems to be a jump in sports stuff. And I know SGC also have just made some changes, some of their pricing and stuff that may help a little bit with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty,
Now I want to talk
pretty
about that
cool.
real quick a little bit. So the SGC, they just dropped $15 slab for sports cards, which
Mhm.
is 90. Like if you do the math, it's like 95% plus of their business is sports cards. And then only 6,000 non-sport, so primarily Pokemon, I would say, um, which is really low. So they're going to grade Pokemon cards for $9 a card.
Yeah.
They're going to grade TCG cards $9 a card, which if I was a sports card collector and I'm your bread and butter business, why am I getting kicked in the dick and paying almost double to grade a sports card over a Pokemon card? If I was like, they're on a fine. Like, could you imagine if PSA did that? I feel like there'd be an outrage of sports card people. Like, what the f do you mean? Like, it's
Yep.
not a special. This is their standard pricing going forward.
Special would be different. So that's exactly what I was going to say. We've seen it with like niche parts of
Yeah,
it, but not that whole category as as an actual price. Yeah, as a
special
pricing
pricing.
thing.
Yeah, it's not a special.
Yeah, I thought that was. It just seems so extreme, like between the two. It just seems odd. I don't know. They're clearly trying to get cards in, but they're also like showing how much it actually costs. Like if you
I'd be
can charge
pissed.
9 for that, then clearly you can charge 9 for the sports too. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that'll come. Maybe there will be another drop soon. Was surprised when I saw that. And I know, shout out Bubbles and Bull Cards. He does like the consignment where he'll take them in and send
Yeah,
it in the middleman service type stuff. He'll send them in for grading, and I think he's kind of like out, like he was tugging in his last video update that the pricing structure, the way they're doing it now for middleman pricing, like just kind of renders it useless. Like you can't really like make
yeah,
money for that service anymore with that system that SEC doing. So they're kind of pushing away people that have like primary invested interest in the business that have followings and a lot of people connected to them. And they're pushing away like the top 1% of submitters, basically. Like that's crazy. Like they're the people that I'd be trying to kiss their
yeah.
butts a little bit and do what I could for them. So I don't know. I'm sure there's more to it. I'm sure I'm naive. I don't know all that much about it, but it's very interesting. Their business decisions at the moment, should we say?
Yep.
So BGS, hang on.
No, you're good. I'll talk about it. BGS is 75,000 total graded cards, and almost half, basically half, 37,000 is non-sport TCG stuff, which is it makes sense completely because I feel like sports people have gone away from it a lot. Um,
Yep.
the black label rate for sports cards is like really effing low. The quality on most sports cards, the centering, and there's issues. It's like plagued with issues. I don't think I don't like the authentication through them. I much prefer a PSA authenticated autograph. To be honest, it looks cleaner. The BGS one just looks clunky personally, but
I don't
they also
understand
do.
the grade part of signatures.
Yeah,
How is that a
it's
grade?
dumb.
It
Yeah,
doesn't make sense.
it should give me an A for authentic or the middle finger emoji. Like
Yeah.
give
10A.
me
Yeah.
one of those. Like we don't need the 7, 8, 9. Like we're talking about the quality of the marker they're using, or if he sneezed halfway through the auto. Like, come on now. Like
Yeah.
if you
Okay.
know and you can match that this auto was Arita or Christopher Rush or whoever, Winnie the Pooh signed this bitch. Like let's run it. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. And then versus last month, it was, what was it, 57K. So they had like a 33% increase overall in the amount of cards graded, which was pretty crazy to see. Decent. Similar amount for SGC. Like they just, everyone decided to work last month in August. SGC saw like a 20% increase in total graded cards month over month. So must have been maybe you had a few extra days. It was a long month, but I don't know. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was more vacation the month before. July is a big vacation month, you know, for people. Maybe that was part of it. There's probably just so many different factors that tied into it. But yeah, I mean, similar with CGC. CGC now has the streamline, you know, way where like it's sports and TCG, like everything's all combined now. They did 106 total, according to the data, and 93 of that was non-sport. So, yeah, pretty big. CGC the last month did 55, to go 55 to 93. Seems like a pretty decent jump. So I think people do want to see those new slabs. Right now it's rolling. Like that's how it looks to me.
Yeah, no, and then the new pricing along with it, $9. The only
Right.
one competing right now is SGC, and in most cases, SGC is not a play for graded cards. Most cases, there has been a few that I've optimized some cards with going to them, but most of the time, it's probably not a play. Yeah, it like that's crazy. It's literally like 95% of their business, which makes sense. Sports cards came about a little over a year later for CGC, so they are by all means the fourth show in town behind PSA, SGC, BGS in that order. So long road ahead for them there. Whereas trading cards, they're the number two show in town, I'd say all day over BGS. So not a bad place to be, number two at all. Obviously, they're only doing 17% of what PSA is doing for non-sport. They ain't never gonna get there.
It's competition for sure. I mean, it's probably got to drive each of them, you know, knowing that there's potential there for competition. Like any company would want to be the monopoly. Like this is the ideal scenario, you know, everyone come just to you.
Yeah.
But I think it's healthy to have competition because, like I say, it drives improvements. This is probably part of why they're both making changes and upgrades and trying to make things better, because they have to. You know, now you got to try and fight for it. We do have some stuff to talk about on the grading companies too. So let's jump into that. PSA rolled out some updates with the app, the flow of their process in terms of communicating to you where your cards are at, you know, the status of them. So a couple of these updates, I got updates from PSA, BGS, Leaf. There's a couple of things going on. Just forewarn you, we haven't done an episode like this for a few weeks, so some of it you may have already heard. Bear with, skip, you know, whatever you want to do. But PSA basically just rolled out. They're now doing QA1 during grading stage, or at least it will show that way for us when you're using the pizza tracker. So it'll go through arrived, all the order prep, research ID, into grading, and then in grading it will be graded and passed to a second QA person and graded again to QA, and then it will move to assembly, and they'll get that slabbed up once they've confirmed the grade that it's going to have. And then at that point, the grades become available in the app, so you can actually look at what your grades are as soon as it's gone through assembly. And then it goes through a final QA of, is the label and the slab, everything physically QA'd? You know, is that good to go? Is there any scratches or cracks? Is it upside down? That kind of stuff. The final QA, and then it moves to complete. Now, what that essentially means is, first of all, you can see your grades earlier in the process with how they've set up, which is, I think, is fantastic. They shouldn't change because it will have already gone through QA1. It also gives a bit of transparency to us that QA 1 and 2 wasn't the same thing. You know, it did explain it in there if you read the description of the reach, but like I think in people's minds it just felt like they were doing the same thing with two different people. Now it's like pretty clearly it goes into grading, and when it comes out of grading, it has the grade that it should have. Like it's very clear. So then when it gets assembled, got the grades available earlier in the app, which everybody wants it as soon as possible. Most people want it as soon as possible. It's right there. Also gives the option at that point, before it even goes to the shipping and the complete section at the end, it gives you the option of, do you want to ship it? Do you want to keep it in your vault, or do you want to send it to Golden Auction? So you also have more options earlier on that you can start the process and get moving to it. The only thing with it is it seems like it's the same price for shipping no matter what you do. Like I still think they need to figure out shipping prices home. Feels a little bit expensive, but
yeah,
that's neither here nor there. I mean, that's whatever. But yeah, I think positive changes. The app, they made some, you know, some user interface type changes. It looks a bit cleaner, smoother, a bit more like, I don't know, less blocky. Feels a little bit cleaner. I don't know if you've used it in the past few days, but it looks pretty good. Do you have any thoughts on that stuff?
not as far as the PSA one goes. I have not. Last time I used their app was the last PSA return I got, which was a couple months ago. I'll use it again probably when I have another return coming. But I know that, just to mention, because we're talking about apps and updates and websites, SGC released their first app.
Oh yeah.
Along with the changes they made, and I just looked. There's like 15 total reviews. All the reviews are good. I don't know if all 15 employees did the reviews, but it's got the same total 4.7 stars as the PSA app, which is solid. Like for like a technology app like that, 4.7 stars is pretty good for PSA with 2,000 reviews. So they're doing something right for sure. Looking forward maybe to a CGC app dropping sometime to do something similar to PSA.
Have to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't believe it's taking this long, to be honest. But yeah, so that'll be cool once that drops. And I just looked also, Beckett has an app, of course, it's dog shit. Like the scores are like 3.5 total stars. Everyone's got, I'd give it less than 1 star if I could, and it's kind of dark. So
I think sorry, yeah, I was just gonna say, I think what Bubbles was saying with the SGC app was that it gives more information than you would get from like PSA. I think it was saying like there's like timestamps, and it talks you through like there's maybe some notes or something in there. Like it just gives you more to like work with, a bit more effort put into it, it sounds like. So that's not surprising that it's got some good reviews in there. I haven't checked it out. I do have SGC Slab, so one, so I'll have to get in there, throw it in, and see what it gives me in terms of like any kind of registry or something. But I don't have an active ordering process to play around with, so maybe I could do that as a test and see how it looks and give some feedback. I think that could be cool.
Yeah, no, definitely. We'll definitely have to do that for sure.
Okay, BGS. Little update here that I noted down. Shout out Neo. He made a video about it, so I just wanted to touch point for us. Jeremy Murray and Andrew Meadow, which were Jeremy was the president of Beckett of BGS, and he was kind of like overseeing like cards and tickets, just regular like stuff that would get slabbed up. He was overseeing all the operations of that, president of that. He was let go. And then Andrew Meadow was like, he was overseeing the app side of stuff, and he's been let go. So it's like, kind of funny that you say that. I don't know what the plans are. Maybe they're outsourcing, revolutionizing, bringing new people in. I don't know what's going on. There wasn't a lot, but they only announced that to employees. So it wasn't like a public thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know what might come from that in the spotlight, in terms of new people being thrown in there, because the last couple of times over the past year that they've added CEOs and stuff, there's been leadership changes, made a bit of a buzz about it on social media. It's been out there on the news. So I'm sure we'll hear something soon on what's going on there. But just in case anyone was interested, I want to throw that out there. And then also Brian Gray, he stepped down as the CEO of Leaf Trading Cards, which if many of you guys remember, I did Joe Exotic one-of-one masterpiece from Leaf. Like, they make silly cards that aren't licensed, you know. Yeah, I mean, just cool stuff, like unlicensed things. They have pieces of like George Washington's hair and like pieces of like history and, you know, physical things and meteorites. I don't know. There's like a million different things, and they'll put them into cards and boxes, and you know, and they'll make a lot of signature type stuff. Really fun stuff. Honestly, I've seen a lot of pretty cool Leaf trading cards. They also with Leaf, because you don't, you can basically, with sports, you could have a player without like their badge or like you know, the logo on their hat or that kind of stuff. If that stuff's not showing and the player's okay with it, like you can print on while they're playing or doing whatever, you know, certain angles, you know, you might not be able to see that. So they do unlicensed sports cards too, which I know some people love. They don't get the same kind of love as, you know, regular licensed stuff, obviously, but some of the cards do quite well. So yeah, just interesting that he stepped down after he built something that was so I don't eccentric and fun, and like there'd clearly been a lot of effort and time and love put into it from him and his team. So I don't know what direction they're going to go, but I'm sure it's going to be something cool. I think changes are always good.
Yeah,
do you have any Leaf cards?
No, I don't think so. I almost bought it was probably a Leaf card. It was the Mama June and Honey Boo Boo card for my wife.
It's got to be.
It's got to be a Leaf card. And they were selling, which I thought was cool. Like, I've never even thought about them doing it. They were selling the one-of-one plate they used to make the cards, like signed and autoed. Like the metal die was being sold and auctioned on eBay. It was basically, they made it to be a card. Essentially, it was a one-of-one.
Yeah,
plate.
Fantastic. I know I've seen in Marvel cards they will do that, and they use a different color for each. So they'll be like magenta, cyan, you know, each of the colors that build it, and they each do a stamp, and it makes the picture.
Yeah.
I don't know the technicalities, but you can. So like that card, if you collect that one specific card that you love, you could buy all 4 of the printing plates. Like, they're not.
That's pretty dope.
Super expensive, but they're also not cheap. But like, you could have that to go with it, and it's like you say, there's only one. Like, they only used one of them for each. So super interesting. Just seeing those little like nuances in the hobby of like things you wouldn't really think about. It's super interesting, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's cool that you saw that, because I think that's the heart of like us as collectors, right? Even those kind of things we care about.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, like I'd rather have that. Like, that was the piece of machinery that made all those other bullshit cards. Like, I'd rather have the tool.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, no, I think that's probably the only Leaf card. I wanted to buy some Zero cool cards. They did the Stranger Things, they did the Jackass, and there's some cool cards. I like the random, like they did one-on-one, like Steve-O and all of those guys from the show, and it was really cool. So some stuff was selling for way too much money. Like, I would have loved to open some. Love to, but it was not going to happen. Way too expensive. I want to talk real quick. Watching football this weekend, I watched on YouTube TV. PWCC had an ad run during the football game. I had never seen that happen on TV, which was pretty cool.
Was this showing sports cards and stuff, like the actual, like showing things that you would be auctioning?
Yep. There was Pokemon card shown in there, and yeah, no, it was pretty cool. I wonder if anybody else saw it. Let me know down below. But I saw it. I don't even know what it was. I feel like it was a night game, but I don't. Maybe it wasn't.
Did they flash the Fanatics logo?
I
at
don't
the
think
end.
so. I don't remember.
I'm really intrigued if they're going to start integrating that into it, or if they're going to keep it as like a separate thing.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure. And I
They got money, right?
Yeah. Exactly. I feel like there's going to be. I feel like at one point I could see box breaks and stuff being done on one of the TVs at Buffalo Wild Wings and stuff. Like stuff related to football, like during the day when there's nothing effing on, especially.
Yeah.
There'll be one, maybe two baseball games that start at 1 p.m. Like, give me a freaking modern booster box getting ripped of this NFL set. Why not? Something to look at instead of watching just the same old Sports Center running that I just saw 3 hours ago at home. But I feel like something like that could happen in the next year. That'll be interesting.
Who wouldn't want a card of their favorite player of their favorite sport? Like who wouldn't? Like
Most people, I feel like sitting at B-Dubs watching sports would be like, yeah, I'll take one of those cards of that guy or
right.
one of their
Yeah. Cool.
We're all nerds, all of us, in some aspects.
Yeah, and I think most people just naturally, I don't know if it's from back in the caveman times, we had to collect and hoard food, or weapons or whatever it was we're trying to do. Like, I just think there's an instinctive squirrel nature that humans still have of like, I like this thing, I want to grab it and hold it, I want it, I want to keep it. I think there's just a bit of that with like a lot of stuff in life, and I think in this hobby, if you like sports and you have a favorite team or favorite player or a few players, that kind of stuff, or one that you think is going to be really special, you got your eye on because you think he's going to be a cool one to watch, you're going to want his card. Like, it's just like people love that, and that's why PSA are doing 1 million cards a month. It's right there. People love that stuff. Yep. So love it. Yeah, that's cool to hear. They're sinking a bit of money into it right away, hopefully for good reason. Definitely needs to be some changes coming from there.
Yeah, no, that'll be good. That'll be interesting. eBay Vault also similar, like bunch going on there. I do have an eBay Vault. I don't have anything inside of the eBay Vault, but man, they are peppering me with emails and calls, just trying to get in my pants, dude. Like, it's a relentless effort to get in my pants. Haven't felt this type of effort from anybody in a long time. They, like I said, I had mentioned before we got on and started recording that they called me, woke me up from a nap, and sent a follow-up email to one I didn't respond to. And the person has a freaking name. It's not like a bot. It's the same lady that called me. Wondering if other people are having similar type push for that, or maybe it's just people that have X number of sales in the last year. I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Wanted to follow up regarding your interest in joining the eBay Vault. Have you had a chance to submit any of your trading cards? If not, is there anything you are having issues with? Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. It's probably a play to do it because there's like 0 seller fees or something like right until the end of the year. But I don't know, man. I'm too lazy. Too lazy to let them do all the work for me.
So the good thing is that I know people have been a bit nervous and worried about recently with not being able to change titles. Some of that, the title side of stuff. I know that they did just change that you can now submit changes to that, to get things fixed and get things written how they should be written, that kind of stuff, finally. So it's a little bit of reassurance there, that it will be done right, hopefully. I think you should try it, though. I'd urge you to try it, actually. I think it'd be a really good experience, like, for you to talk about on, I mean, even if it's 10 cards or something, send some stuff in and just see what does it look like, what's, like you say, what's the fees end up working out in comparison to selling it not through there, and if they promote it more. I'm also curious on that. Like, are they going to start trying to promote that stuff a little bit more?
Yeah.
Without calling it promoted, like, would you get more views on that kind of stuff? I don't know. It's I find that pretty interesting, that topic.
Yeah, I feel like they're it's genius, obviously, because PWCC's been so successful with what they've done through it. The Golden Vault, yikes. But the eBay Vault, obviously, it's gonna be crazy. The only reason Golden has a chance of having a vault is the direct tie to being PSA card. It literally gives you a click option to, just send them to the vault instead of your address. Which you guess you could do for PWCC. You would just have to give them your PWCC vault as a ship to, same as eBay. So they just did a little bit step easier to send it into the Golden Vault. But I don't know. I have a couple things in that vault that probably shouldn't be there.
I'm just looking at my PWCC vault as you're saying that, and I bought a box of 1991 Star Trek hobby box. I remember seeing it and I was like, what the heck? This Star Trek trading card, there's literally trading cards for anything. So I bought that, and then the one under it is 1993 King Kong trading cards. Dude, I'll buy
stuff
it.
would sell like hotcakes at a CollectCon.
Oh my god, I'm so bad. King Kong, really. The 60th anniversary card set with a randomly inserted foil embossed Kong card. Rare stills. There's stills from like the original movie and production art and stuff. Like there's special cards you can get in there. I was like, this is cool. It's cheap and it's ridiculous. So maybe we'll rip it one day.
Yeah, PWCC is a problem. Going down some of those rabbit holes. Like I bought an autographed Christopher Rush beta card the other day for like $200, and I was like, I don't need this. But
so
Christopher
bad.
Rush is somebody you're not going to have autograph a card anytime soon. So it's pretty cool.
Does that?
Yeah, I don't think it's something I would like. It's not in the like. If I had it on me, I'd take it to CollectCon, and I feel like it'd have a pretty good shot at selling for maybe a little profit. But unfortunately, it's at PWCC still.
Are you excited about that this weekend?
Yes and no. Not as many slabs as I'd like to have on hand for going to vend at a show, but I've been putting effort into the binders. Sealed product. Gonna have probably not evolutions. Yeah, the 2016 one of those boxes, a couple Lorcana, a vintage Yu-Gi-Oh box, a video game, Super Mario Brothers 3 sealed. But definitely like my issue, when I vended Orlando was a lot of niche stuff, a lot of expensive stuff, and a lot of niche stuff, a lot of vending series, some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. None of that is coming. There's a few vending series like a Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Charmander, whatever. But yeah, so basically just keep it simple, stupid is literally where I'm at. Getting rid of some of the sealed onesie, twosie things I have. I still have like my cases of like Lost Origin and some of the Yu-Gi-Oh 25th anniversary cases I have. Not taking any of that, but more of the expensive random onesie, twosie sealed things. Maybe a couple starter decks I have that literally just been chilling. Probably rather not hold on to stuff like that. It's not displayed. It's sitting in a box in a closet. So probably take those with me if I can figure out a good way to get them down there with me. So looking forward to it. Very, very much so. Vending is awesome. I also love just walking around. Like I said, I love going to card shops and buying raw cards and looking at raw cards and graded cards. So not really being able to do that kind of blows, but my wife is going for her first ever CollectCon, which will be freaking awesome. So she can kind of see the whole thing. Like I've gone to like 6 of them, and I feel like she doesn't really care. She knows what I do, and I go to make money or make content, buy some cards, but she's gonna get the full experience of getting there at 8 a.m. and being there till 6 p.m. Like it's a long effing day to be vending. Like your legs are toast. At least mine are at the end of the day. Standing there, up, down, mostly up because you don't want to be sitting down when you're selling stuff typically. But yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a time. Have never been to Charlotte Collecticon. The first one was last year, didn't go. So this will be good. A lot of awesome people. Pika Drew will be there. Haven't met him in person, even though he's only 2.5 hours from me. So that'll be cool. Look
Have you
forward to
been?
meeting him.
Have you been to Charlotte, the actual area?
Yeah, I forget what the hell I was down there for, but yeah, Megan, my wife's got family down in Taylorsville, North Carolina, lawnmower racing capital of the world. So,
Yep, rural country.
so yeah, we went up to Charlotte for some lunch one day, but no, it's nice area.
I just remember there being construction everywhere. It was just I went. I mean, it must have been 5 years ago ish, a little bit over 5 years ago, and it was. I
Yeah.
just remember it being just construction everywhere. New plazas, new housing developments, just like everywhere was
Mhm.
being built, just exploding. So I'd imagine it's probably much bigger and busier than when I was there. But it was lovely. Like everyone was really nice. Yeah, nice pubs there and restaurants. They seem to have a bit of a culture starting to get going there. Yeah, it was fun. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I think just like you say, even just spending time with friends, Pika Drew being there and the wife and stuff, just shaking things up a little bit, in a new town. It's yeah, it'll be good for you. I'm excited. It sounds like you got a few things too. I'd imagine you're gonna have some eyes on the table looking at that
Oh yeah.
stuff. It's fun stuff.
Oh yeah.
Um, did you pre-order any 151? Obviously, it's not going to come in time, but
No.
well,
Have not. I bought 151 Japanese and got fisted by some
oh yeah,
from DB in California. And I will buy English 151 if the print quality is good. If it's dog shit, I'm not. Period. That sucks. I would love to enjoy it, but I'd rather instead of buying a $50 ETB English, I'd rather drop 130 or whatever it is for a Japanese box, which is 3 times MSRP almost,
yeah,
because you've got a chance at getting some good quality cards. Some people have complained of print quality, but still, it is 9,000% better than any of the recent English sets. So I don't know. I like at least give me one effing card I can grade. Like I don't want to rip an entire $100 box and just get wrecked. I want to be able to grade something from it. I'm not here to make. If I'm opening a sealed box, I'm not trying to make money. I just give me something I can recoup or hold in my collection as a memory of ripping the box. I don't want a 9. Come on. I don't know. Modern's
yeah.
got me tilted.
It's frustrating. Yeah, I mean, I opened Scholar of Outer Base and Party Evolved, and both of them, the best cards in there. I mean, weren't
Yeah.
gradable. Like literally, just weren't gradable. I sold them raw because I was like, I don't even want to hold these. Like this is a joke. And I got good prices for them, but I would have done even better if I could have got them graded, in a good slab. So it's frustrating, and because of that, I haven't even opened Obsidian Flames yet. I got a bunch of it sitting there, and I haven't
Yeah.
even opened it because I'm like, I don't want to get mad at myself for wasting that money or that time or the effort, or whatever, doing it, and have nothing that I can do something with at the end, other than have some cards that I like.
Yep. The like today, like I bought this card. I don't even know what set it's from. It's one of the recent ones. Koraidon EX Alt Art Secret Rare.
Hmm.
Because I know it's a 10 quality. I'm like I snap bought it. I was like the print quality that set's dog shit, so I'm gonna buy it because there's not going to be 75-80% 10s. It's going to be much lower. So um and it looks pretty cool. But yeah, it's just like it's tough finding raw modern cards in 10 quality. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the key. It's not that I don't want to open those packs, for the set and enjoy the experience and stuff, but like I'll just buy the cards. Like you
I
say, I'll
know.
just
Yep.
I'll just buy the ones I want. I can still enjoy the set. I can still enjoy the cards and the artworks that I want.
It's tough.
Um, there's definitely a few cards there. With 151, I had a Best Buy gift card, so I pre-ordered some stuff through them because obviously it was there. Um, excuse me.
Yeah.
But I'll probably, if Mason does, hang on, sorry. If Mason does
Yep.
another, a nighttime rip or something, maybe old school or Weedle, any of you guys, if you guys do any of that, I'll probably get some packs from you guys, rip a couple through you, have a bit of fun. But I'm not like feeling like I need to go all in onto 151. I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be awesome, but I'm not feeling like, hey, let's go balls to the walls on this. I'm just not feeling it. Just because, like you said, I think print quality is going to be an issue, and that's going to put a downer on it possibly.
Yeah, it's
Hesitation, I think, maybe.
It's shit. Yeah, the last like decent set print quality wise was Crown Zenith. It wasn't too bad for the whitening and stuff. Before that was Celebrations.
How was the quality on that Lorcana set from? Is it Ravensburger or Rothschild or something? Like I forget.
Ravensburger. Ravensburger. The box I opened was great. To be honest, very good. Very little whitening, if any. Better print quality than any Pokemon set I've seen in the last year. So, which is not great that this company is coming in. I don't know who prints them. I don't know if it's Ravensburger that has a printing company, but they make the puzzles and everything, so they're familiar with printing. But I don't know if they're outsourcing it, if they're done in China or the U.S. I'm sure it's done in the U.S., but
that's a good question.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm trying to see that. Like, I wanted to look up the Koraidon EX to see how many tens. Yeah, it looks like 50% tens.
Wow, that is low.
Yeah, it's less than. Yeah, it's almost exactly 50% of 1,500 of that card I bought. 50% of them are tens. So pretty much every card graded in that set, I just looked up Scarlet and Violet base, is 50% or less for just Koraidons, all Koraidons.
I think I pulled the EX version and graded that and sold it. I think I hit a 10 on that, but there was very, very few cards that I've had that were gradable. I mean, there was none of the good cards.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Which was frustrating because I did pull both of the waifus, both of those first two sets. I pulled the biggest card there was, and they're both max 9. Honestly, probably 8.
That's
so
tough.
frustrating.
Yeah, you sold them raw, right?
Yeah, snap sold them. People bought them. I mean, some of the fastest cards I've ever sold, other than some of the evolution cards when I opened Evolving Skies, like they sold pretty quick. But other than that, I mean, the waifu sold real fast, real fast. I sold the one. I forget which one. One of them sold for like 130, like almost instantly. It's insane. The guy sent me a private message like thanking me. It's so cool.
Jesus, that's crazy. Yeah, you see the 151. Is there God packs in English? I saw somebody say there was, but
I don't know if I trust the source of it. I had to poke around. I couldn't see anything that seemed super like, yep, this is true, correct, whatever. I think if we get confirmation from, I don't know, Bulbapedia or whatever, like, one of the sites that gets news out there, then maybe. But as far as I'm concerned, we don't really get that in English. So
yeah, that'll be sad. None of that. No Master Balls. Like, it'll be an awesome set, but that's unfortunate because the Master Balls obviously it helped sell the freaking boxes. Like, it was something you'd look forward to going through. Like, oh, is this the Master Ball pack? Oh, is this the Master Ball pack? Because you get one per box.
And which Pokemon is it going to be? There's
the
excitement of it. Yeah.
Yep, there's like 130 something of them that you could get Master Ball because the ones that like Zapdos you can't because there was no non-hollow version of it, so you couldn't get any Zapdos Master Balls. Thank God.
Too high ranked already.
Yep, S tier.
There you go.
But yeah, no, that's looking forward to checking it out. I wanted a 151 master set. Like that would be awesome. I think I started building the Japanese binder of it. That'll be the one I probably complete over the English one.
Oh, I was gonna say you're planning on mixing and mingling, like piecing in between the ones that you don't have, kind of thing, maybe.
Probably wouldn't hurt. It'd be the ugliest son of a bitch you've ever seen in your life.
Well, I got that one of those ones with that Best Buy gift card. I got the Zapdos box, so I'll get that to you. Hopefully, it's not wrecked. I know that they're not always fantastic in those little boxes, the handwritten, but we'll see.
Did you get the hat I sent you?
I was going to show that. I was going to show that at the end.
Yeah,
How cool is that? I don't know what 23 means. Do you know what that
Jordan's
means?
number.
Oh, okay. So is that why it looks retro? It's a throwback to Jordan.
Oh, that's pretty boss. Fancy living.
Yeah, thank you for that. I was over the moon. It cheered me up.
That's styling. Big pimping. Those of you who don't know, they gave those away basically for free. You just had to send in a card at the National to the PSA vault. They had no price floor, so you could have sent in a $5 graded card, and they would have gave you a free hat. So
brilliant. Yeah. Thank you. That's awesome. I love that. I'm sure there's
rare item there. Look up eBay sold. I think it's a $200 hat. I'm joking. No, I'm curious though. I
would. Oh gosh, Siri's talking to me now. I would never sell it. It's gonna be for me. I'm gonna display it next to my Dagreenshiz hat.
Last sold bid $68.
Wow. People collect hats though, don't they?
Month ago.
That's a thing. People definitely collect hats. I've got a lot.
That's hilarious. None listed. That's a special item.
I'll list it for 10 grand. Get some attention.
I would. And if it sells, give me 1%. I'd be happy. $100. Buy me a couple of Lions Super Bowl hats.
Hang on. So do you have that card in the vault then?
Which card?
I don't know.
I had to send. Yeah, I sent in 2 cards. Yeah.
Okay, and so have you looked at them and interacted with that vault side of stuff? How does it look? Is it just like these are the cards in your vault, or it doesn't give you anything else like the registry?
No, it's not in the registry at all. It's just the golden vault. Like I can go onto the golden website to see the items. I don't even know if I can get to it from the PSA website.
So yeah, that's
there's
interesting.
A hyperlink, but
I guess I was imagining in the registry, I buy a card, I put the certification number from the slab into the registry. It'll tell me APR, average sales prices. It'll tell me the pop. It'll tell me all the information. Like there's some data behind it. It's not super accurate. It's not great, but there is some data there that can be helpful. And you can add your own data too, which I think is probably the best part. Is I was uploading in there what I paid for it and what I think it's worth. Like you can give it nicknames, you can do all that kind of stuff, leave yourself notes. That's fantastic. So I guess I was imagining them doing something similar with the vault, but it sounds like it's maybe not that enhanced yet.
Yeah, I'm going to look at my vault right now. Okay, so when I click on my vault on the golden site, it takes you to app.collectors.com/collection. So it does take you like out of the golden vault or out of it looks like a PSA site. Oh, it does give you, yep. So let me see if I can share my screen. So I can share.
I think it'd be cool to see if you could, or at least talk about it.
No proprietary info here. That's great. Just cert numbers. Bada bing. So yeah, it'll show you Obviously the grade, the PSA estimate of the cost of the card, not for this one, not for the CGC. Oh, it's CGC. That's why probably. My cost if it was purchased in an auction, and a gain or loss. Interesting. See, I have a PSA 1 Dark Duelist Stories Blue Eyes I bought for $225. And
Where?
Golden auctions.
Okay, so you golden auction bought it, sent it straight to the golden PSA vault, and then it uploaded that price. You didn't enter that price. It auto uploaded what you paid, and it's already gone up 94.
Let's see what I can do here. I don't want to dox myself. Yeah, I don't want to start clicking because it'll be like, oh, you want to send it to this address? But yeah, so maybe I should mess around with this a little bit.
Yeah.
Status vaulted. Yeah. In the Sandrew. I don't know what the fuck I did. I don't know why I have this. It's not a bad price. $13 for an 8 Sandrew, but it's an 8. I don't know. Feel like I can get $10 out of it.
First edition Zapdos and 9 is a good one.
Yeah.
It's a solid card.
Send that one back to me. So, no, that's
cool. Yeah, thanks for showing us that.
Very interesting.
That is helpful. It's the first time I've seen that. I should probably send some stuff in and try it myself. Just give it a whirl. I'd like to test and play around with it. I don't think it'd be too much of a problem, especially if I buy a few things. You know, like you say, at Golden. I haven't bought much from Golden, so I can't remember last time. I haven't gone through experience of setting it there or even having the option or anything yet. So
yeah, Golden just had a crazy auction. I had like $30,000 worth of bids out there, and I didn't win a single thing. Everything was going higher than I wanted.
Wow!
But it was some expensive ass stuff. There's a CGC Heritage auction and starting soon. That'll be cool. Or it started now, but it'll end. I don't even know, week or 2 weeks. I think. I don't know.
Does anyone cover Golden auctions?
No. No, they do weekly auctions too. They have weekly TCG auctions. Like there's depth to it. I've bought not much, but yeah, I feel like the stuff sells pretty decent, to be honest. Like I'm shocked. I feel like there's like 7 people watching the bitch, but I don't know. It seems to do better than I thought they would do on Golden weekly auctions.
Yes, I can't say it's like where I think of the first place to go, like to look for a not for a Pokemon card anyway.
Yeah. Yep. You into Lorcana? You done anything at all? Any no buys, nothing, not playing it?
I went to the store to try and find some. I was gonna open a pack or whatever, whatever I could see there. Pack, a bundle, a box, whatever. There was nothing. It was like weird Pokemon like jumbo promo boxes and stuff, so that kind of stuff. And then there was like One Piece and Dragon Ball and Yu-Gi-Oh! There was like pretty much everything except anything.
Yeah.
Anything I was actually looking for. I didn't know what all the other stuff was I was looking at, if it was any good or not. So I was like, whatever. I just had a quick glance to see if there's any Lorcana and if there's any anything good Pokemon wise. But yeah, no, I couldn't see anything. And I haven't really looked online. Not something I'm super actively searching, but I was hoping to get something. I know we talked about it a while back when we first started talking and hearing about it. But yeah, no, nothing yet.
But you said one of these.
Yeah.
Starter decks. Captain Hook.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah, something like that.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I went to LGS and they had booster boxes for $225 and they were selling for $300 on TCG Player. I grabbed 2, went up to the counter. They're like, "No, sir, you can only buy 1." So I bought 1. Got a couple deck boxes, a couple starter decks from somewhere else. But yeah, got a decent amount and rip the one box, and I have singles on my desk all over, and I need to price them. And there's some expensive cards. Like this is $50,
Wow.
just a raw,
Oh,
hollow. Yeah. So
that's
crazy.
good. I'm glad it's doing well. I mean, I know there was a lot of like, are the wrong people like hyping it up too much? Is what's going on with it kind of thing? But it sounds like if people are buying raw cards, $50, it sounds like there must be some organic interest there. Disney collectors,
Yeah.
card collectors, that kind of stuff. Disney people pretty passionate about it, like the real Disney folks. So that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad it's not been a flop.
Yeah. I was just at my LGS today when I was buying those cards, and I was talking to them about like successful tournaments, what they got going on. They don't sell Magic the Gathering cards
Hmm.
singles. They're primarily a comic book store, but they also sell TCGs and stuff. So it's primarily comics, but they do TCGs and sports cards and coins. So they're kind of just everything but Magic. And One Piece. One Piece has been their like most popular TCG tournaments that they've been hosting. They do Lorcana Thursdays and Yu-Gi-Oh on Sundays, but One Piece has been the most visited, attended, entered in type of
Wow.
TCG tournament that they've been hosting, which is crazy. Like I made sense. I guessed it actually. I asked. I was like, if One Piece was the most successful currently for them, and it is. So, um,
I had
and it's not.
no idea how big it was. How many people love that IP. The show.
Yeah, no, the show's obviously what it is. It's massive. But yeah, the TCG. Everyone I know that plays it has a great time for sure. And I've never picked up or even read a card where I don't even own a box or anything. Like usually I'll buy a one off when it comes out, but didn't do that. Probably should have. I think it got pretty expensive there, but
It's
yeah,
at
no, it's
Walmart.
pretty crazy.
I saw it at Walmart.
Oh yeah,
They weren't big boxes. They were like small. I don't know if they're like packs or that. I remember seeing it.
yeah,
Had like a circle on the front. So yeah, maybe I should pick one up, just take a look, see what's going on there. Sounds people love it that much. People talk about it in the Discord all the time. There's definitely some uh good reason to rip some and get some.
yeah, yep. You've been playing the Pokemon TCG at all online or on your phone?
No, I
Are you
haven't. I
active?
haven't played much lately. Honestly, I've been pretty bad about it. Have you? I know built a pretty strong deck, right?
Had an issue with it on my phone,
Hmm.
and I have it on my computer, but I'm never when I'm on my computer, I'm doing other things besides playing
Yeah.
a game. Games are best, sadly, on my phone now. Like I've been wanting to get like a PSP or a Nintendo DS, but I'm like, Jesus Christ, I feel like I won't even play the son of a bitch because I just download an emulator on my phone or something. I'd rather just play it on there. It'd be so much easier. Why do I need another device, another
Yep.
effing charger? That's not what I need in my life. Especially if it's not a USB C. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So I keep wanting to do something like that, pull the trigger on something, but I keep backing out. But have not played the Pokemon TCG since it got messed up on my phone. Can't even sign in for some reason now. Even forgetting password, going through all of that, it's still jacked up. So interesting.
That sucks.
It's pretty shitty. Been playing Yu-Gi-Oh online when I get a chance. Like
Hmm.
there's like a tabletop emulator, basically version of it, and I've been playing that. And I'm doing my first in-person tournament. Roughly 72 people will be there. $55 a person to enter. And that'll be a week from this weekend on Saturday. So that'll be pretty awesome. It's like a
Yu-Gi-Oh.
old Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like a 2005 GOAT format tournament. It'll be streamed on Twitch from this card store.
No
So that'll
way.
be pretty sweet. Yeah, looking forward to that. That'll be cool. It's been a long time since I played in any type of card tournament online anywhere. So it's a rush, man. It's you can't. Have you ever sat down across somebody and played cards with them, like competitively or no?
Yeah, but not like that. No, I mean, no, nothing like that. I've just played the game
With friends
people,
or
like play.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, sitting at a tournament, they give you your slip, you mark the winner when you're done. Like, there's something about going head to head with somebody and just wanting to knock them off and just make them
yeah.
get tilted by wrecking their shit and reading their plays. It's fun, man. It's not like chess. There's obviously luck involved. You can draw bad hands and stuff. Like, the
Right.
game's not calculated a lot. So, but it's just a good time. And having the family and everything, it's been tough to get out, and that'll be cool.
Yeah, I think a lot of people that are like a bit of a naysayer for it do push that whole like it's more like luck on what you get, but it isn't because you're choosing what cards are in it first of all, and then you're not choosing what cards they have. So like
Yeah.
there is quite a lot of element of luck removed there because there's intentional. The things that could happen are intentionally put there. Like they're not there by luck. So luck is like the order of what you do stuff. So I do find it interesting. I think it is a little trickier than people give it credit for sometimes. I think that's why there's money involved and why there's huge world championships for it and stuff because it can be hard to be really fantastic at it and have a little bit of luck. So that's exciting. Yeah, I'm excited to hear about how that goes. I can see why, shout out Basic Trainer. I can see why he's got sucked into it so much. Like it's got to be just thrilling
Oh
and
yeah.
exciting, and it's something that you have control over your success, your destiny with that. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. It's definitely a dopamine hit. It's a rush.
Mm-hmm.
Just being able to sit down with people and play, and like I said, try and beat them. And it's when you win, it's a great feeling. That's for damn sure. So looking
What
forward to it,
about
man.
what about
That'll be
losing?
sick.
Do you feel like it feels real bad? Is it like really the opposite way, or is it
Depends how
just
you
like
lose.
whatever kind of thing?
Yeah, it depends how you lose, but yeah, there's people that get tilted like big time. Like people get
Yeah,
super tilted. When if like in Texas Hold'em,
yeah,
it's similar to Texas Hold'em. This format of the game where it's
yeah,
the if you play 200 games against the same person head to head or like a group of 4 people, the best player will generally win the most, but there is luck involved. And the other guy will win randomly because the dude draws the nuts, right? So
right,
that happens in this game. Like the dude can draw the freaking nuts, and there's just not much you could do about it. So um,
yep,
you just gotta have the mental to know that can happen to you because it will happen in 8 rounds of Swiss
some point,
to
yeah.
where it'll eventually happen to you. So, but a lot of people don't have that hold back, and they're just like, "Oh, you're so lucky, you stupid son of a bitch!" Like, bro, chill out. Like, there's 40 cards on the deck. I draw 7. The odds are I'm gonna have one of those really good 3 cards in my hand to start. Like, chill the f out. Get out of here. This is a children's card game, dude. Chill the f out. Yeah, I'm here to have fun. Shut the f up.
So
Is
what's
is what I will say to somebody.
yeah, I mean, just emotion. I think anytime there's winners or losers, there's emotion, right? What about like the technicality of like your actual deck? Like, what's the key card? Is it one of the dragons? Is it like what's driving the success of your deck specifically?
It's just it's more of like an aggro deck. So my deck's more aggro. Just like every turn, I'm dropping another card to hit him in the face, basically. And I don't ever want to have a turn where I'm not doing that, because that gives them time to chance to build up some defenses. But mine's just a bunch of medium-sized or large, beefy monsters in the deck that'll start clapping their cheeks. But yeah, there's so many different types of decks people can play, so it's pretty cool. You never know what to expect, and the average age is probably like my age. The people that'll be playing in this, so that'll be really cool. The people that were around playing in the 2005 ish format it'll be sick. Seeing some old friends there from back in the day too.
Yeah,
It'll be
even
cool.
outside of the game, I'd imagine some of the social aspect will be fun. Just like
Yep.
shutting off from the world and just concentrating on something and talking with friends, having fun.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be a
Yep.
fun experience all around.
Yeah, one of my groomsmen will be there too, so that'll be cool. Just kicking it with him all day. It's gonna be a long tournament, like 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. So
what?
Yeah, it's all day, which is why I haven't been doing big tournaments. Like it's a big tournament. So
Holy moly! Yeah, I had
that's
no
like
idea.
beginning to end. So when I get wrecked in the first 3 rounds, I don't have to stay until 11 p.m. I could drop out, but the goal is to not do that.
That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, that's a long day.
Yeah.
I hope you do. Hope you're there till midnight. That sounds brilliant if that's the case. Yeah.
See how it goes. I'll definitely be sharing the links on Twitch. So that'll be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool to dip in and watch that and enjoy that. Nice. You got anything else you want to go over? You want to wrap?
Nah, man. We can wrap it up. Good seeing you again, man. It's been too damn long. Can't go this long again.
You too. Good seeing you. Enjoyed that. And thanks to everyone for listening in. And like I said, thank you for your patience there with everything going on with the craziness. But we're back at it. Here we are every week, and we'll see you next week.
Go Lions.
See you guys.